Radical blessings to you on week 2 of our life visioning quest. The movement of activating our intuition to be able to catch the vision, to articulate it, and to be pulled by that vision into compelling right action, that indeed our life transforms from glory to an even greater glory. On this particular day, we're coming into a greater understanding of what the victim consciousness is. Remember the 4 stages? There's the victim consciousness, where individuals believe that something outside of themselves is doing something to them or doing something to us. There's the manifester consciousness, where individuals believe that they are moving through life by their own power, that is, by us, the mental power. 3rd stage is through us. Something is operating and moving through us. And the 4th stage is as us. That something is operating as us. So what is the victim consciousness? It's characterized by the belief that life is being done to me by something outside of myself, that there's some external deity, a God that lives and dwells somewhere in heaven above the earth or any place outside of us. Some people believe in a devil that can control us and make bad things happen to us. Some people believe that their parents are the cause of all of their particular issues, or that negative aspects of their astrological chart or numerology controls their fate. That there's something outside of us that determines our destiny, that indeed determines our happiness, determines our well-being. The victim lives in this perpetual state of blame, blaming others. The finger is always pointing outward, that it's somebody else's fault as to why the individual is not happy, why they're not in joy, why they are not successful or healthy. Something is being done to us, and it's not our fault. Something outside controls our destiny. That's the mantra of victimhood. Something outside of me controls my destiny. From this particular stage, people often beseech and beg as their form of prayer. They ask some external deity to protect them and to give them blessings. They try to appease or please this external deity to help them through their life. They make excuses, they rationalize, they justify their chosen behavior, and they refuse to take self-responsibility, pleading and bargaining all along the way. They live in a mindset that something outside is trying to get them. It's often other people, that life is trying to get them, the finger pointed outward. And these blame stories and these victim stories, they can become self-fulfilling prophecies, which draw into their magnetic field people and circumstances that justify and solidify their victimhood. They're often unconscious how they are harming themselves by refusing to take self-responsibility for the issues they're facing in their own life. Where is your attention going right now? Is it going towards fear? You don't get what you want? Remember, you get what you're interested in. And if you're interested in fear, and you're interested in worry and doubt and lack and loss and limitation, if you're interested in those things, even interested in those things not happening, then you're creating a law bringing those things into your life. Now remember this, a lie believed acts as a law until neutralized. Hear it again, a lie believed acts as a law until neutralized. Now, it's a lie that you don't live in a field of abundance. It's a lie that you're not an emanation of infinite potential. It's a lie that within you, all of your needs are not met. That's a lie. But if you believe otherwise, it acts as a law until you neutralize it. Victims live in the lie of separation. Now, where does this begin? Now, we can talk about past lives if we want, but let's start right here. A lot of the mental program begins at birth. When you're born, there's an imprint that begins to happen based upon what's happening in society at that time, based upon the belief system of your family, based upon conversations going on around you, based upon the emotions and the feelings that are happening all around you during the time of your birth. We become imprinted. And then we survive with this imprint. We learn how to adjust and acclimate ourselves to this imprint until ultimately we learn how, through spiritual practice, to become aware of the imprint and transmute and transcend it and become free. How do you identify where that victim consciousness lies within you? Look at your main complaint. Look at your main blame story. And you will begin to identify the victim consciousness that's within you. You start with your awareness and you become aware. Even now, as I'm speaking, you can become aware of the conversations you have. Are you inviting people to your pity party? What's been done to you? And who's done you wrong? What's wrong in your life? How life is hard until you die? You'll notice the blame and the shame. You'll notice the complaint you have. And your major complaint, that separates you from the life essence that's within you. Now, as you become still for a moment, you start to breathe and expand your awareness. Notice your life on blame and complaint. You'll also notice, is that major complaint bringing the kind of life you want to live? You begin to notice, what would your life be without your major complaint, without your major blame story? Now, we're not letting people off the hook who've actually done destructive things to you or said things about you. We're not letting them off the hook. We're just freeing ourselves from the energy that we don't want to replicate in ourselves and develop a kind of self-abuse. Victims unknowingly live in self-abuse. And so just feel into what I just said. Now look at the structures. Remember the 8 structures? Mark in your assessment at the victim stage. Consider the questions to dig deeper in how you might be playing in victimhood. How do I relate to myself and my world and my place in the world? Am I run by guilt? Do I blame God and others? Am I trying to appease God? Am I living in a mental, emotional survival mode? Do I participate in compulsive or addictive behaviors? If so, what are they? What steps am I taking to free myself from compulsive or addictive behaviors? Am I self-responsible? Now, this is very important. Without judgment, just peruse these questions and see where you're living. Without judgment. Don't judge yourself. This is an awareness exercise. You're just becoming aware. Do I often ask myself, why me? Who's to blame? Am I sidetracked by intense thoughts of fear and worry, doubt and lack? Do I give others responsibility for my happiness? Are there specific life structures in which I consider myself as either having been or currently have been a victim? Does drama stimulate me and cause me to feel purposeful? Am I at the stage where I'm actually able to forgive myself and others? I want you to reflect and look over the questions of identifying and dig deeper into the questions that resonate within you. For instance, in the structure of relationships, do I often ask, why me? Or why do people do these things to me? From what place might you be asking, why do I always get the people who leave or disappoint me? Carry this process forward to all your structures in the victim stage. In which ways are you arguing? Check this out. In which ways are you arguing for your limitations? Do you remember quality number 2? You've cultivated the sacred yes and receptivity. You're starting to say yes to the good that's trying to happen in your life. Don't just say it, feel it, believe it, do it, activate it. We just set everything in motion last week. Now with intentional willingness, start saying yes to all the good that's trying to come into your life. As we began last week, continue your daily mindfulness moments, at least 3 times a day, stopping and simply becoming aware. Tomorrow, we're going to explore victimization beyond yourself and how it's pervasive in humanity itself. Until then, stay aware, be mindful, stay out of judgment about yourself, and continue to be receptive to the mighty blessings that are seeking to express themselves through and as you. Have a bright day.